I'm Mark Fernandez, and this is Franchising with Fernandez. Welcome to On the Couch with Fernandez. In these tough times, acquiring franchisees is not easy. Or is it? There are so many issues surrounding franchising right now, both economically and politically. We have selected 3 franchise businesses to talk to you about today, so that we can have different views and different opinions on what they are doing to select franchisees, look at is it actually harder today to get a franchisee on board, and what are they doing to attract franchisees. I encourage you to send me an email with your thoughts and questions a little bit later today. Now to meet my guests. My first guest represents one of Australia's most successful franchise, with over 50 different divisions and over 4,000 franchisees based in Australia and overseas. Yes, you guessed it, the Jim's Group. We are lucky enough to have here today the WA franchisor for Jim's building inspections, termites and pest control. Please make welcome Manny Van Bruin. Manny, welcome.
Thank you, Mark. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. My next guest is a lover of flame-grilled Portuguese chicken. Their first store opened in WA back in 2012, and they have almost 7 stores in WA and 150 nationally. Looking after both WA and South Australia, and someone who has more frequent flyer miles than Richard Branson, please make welcome the State Manager for Oporto, Michelle Draper.
Thanks,
Michelle.
Mark.
Hey, welcome. Thank you for
very
joining
much.
us. Great. My next guest represents a true WA iconic franchise brand. They commenced in 1997 and have over 35 franchise businesses in WA. They've had some tough times, yes, but they've reinvented themselves time and time again to stay ahead of the curve and are the industry leader in their group. They also make my favourite pie, the Ned Kelly. Yum. Please make welcome Jester's CEO, Robert West. Robert, welcome.
Hey, Mark. Thanks. Great to join you.
Wonderful. Thanks for your time. So now let's talk about how hard is it getting franchisees compared to 3 to 5 years ago? Is it harder now, or is it easier, or, does anyone have a view?
Get quality franchisees. You have put a prerequisite on it. Looking at, in my experience, definitely it is harder. I think a lot of people have been put off by, the press and the bad press that sort of occurred, and we've been tarnished with the sort of the brush of around wage frauds and workers taking advantage of workers and so on.
Yes.
And I think that has definitely had an impact. The WA economy isn't fantastic at the moment, so there's definitely a sort of an overarching impact that's having. And between those two factors, it's pretty subdued. Definitely for us at least.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're finding we're quite a new brand in Western Australia, as you mentioned before. We open on the East Coast, so on the East Coast of Oporto is extremely well known. Lots of lovers of our flame grilled chicken over there. But we've been here for a few years now, and we're starting to see an increased volume of inquiries, not just from individuals approaching us, but also from landlords that are now coming to us with opportunities that they're presenting for us to go into. I guess,
But recruiting the franchisee, is it harder now than it was a few years ago? Do you know?
Look, to be honest, a lot of the success, especially that we've seen in Western Australia, has come from internal.
Right.
So 2 of our current franchisees actually joined as restaurant managers, and have, now worked up the ladder, I guess, so to speak, and now they're business owners themselves. One of them's actually just about to take on his 2nd store. We also have a referral program in place. I know we got a referral just last week from one of our existing franchisees' neighbours, who's, out the front having a bit of a chat about what do you do every day when you get in your car, and we're now getting interest that way as well.
Yes.
We definitely aim to, for our franchisees to own more than one one store. We'd like them to own at least 2 each. We want them to be remunerated for all of the hard work that they're putting in, and obviously recognise that if they can do that in one store, then that it's good likelihood that they'll be able to do it in 2 as well.
Great,
Yeah.
wonderful. Manny, finding it harder now in the last couple of years?
I guess the benefit, Mark, is the Jim's brand is so well known. The mowing guys has done all the hard work for us. They around every corner, so people relate with the name quite easy. To find people to actually invest in a franchise sometimes could be challenging because they approach you and then you set the costs and all the associated training and stuff to them, and they said no, it's too expensive, and you go like, did you expect to set up a business with no money? It's that challenge. But what we spoke about before, roll up your sleeves and get into your business. Doesn't matter whether you pay 15,000 or 100,000, you make that commitment and you get into it. Finding it hard, we do the recruitment, we get a lot of people that contact us. It's the one out of maybe so many that's the right person that make that commitment and go ahead with it. So I wouldn't say it's harder, I wouldn't say it's easier. It's that continuous, search for the right franchisee that's going to absolutely roll up their sleeves, commit to it, and actually make a success of it. Because it doesn't matter what you do, which industry it is, there's enough work out there. It's that commitment. Doesn't matter what the economy does, just roll up your sleeves and get on with it. All right, in my industry, every single building around you, restaurants, doesn't matter what it is, they need pest control. How many properties is there for sale? 10 to 15,000 every month. All right, so there's enough work.
Yes.
Get to it.
Great. We're going to have to leave it there, guys. So wonderful. As you've heard from our guests today, it's not all doom and gloom about franchising. These 3 brands need to be commended for not only their innovation and continual thirst for excellence, but also their persistent views on obtaining franchisees. We've looked at 3 different franchise business models and a few variations to those. So which one is for you? Well, you need to consider different things, and you need to get expert advice. Not only do you need to get expert advice today, it's also very critical that you get the right experts around you to give you that right advice. And that's where we come in. If you need any help in selecting your franchise business, I encourage you to get in contact with us. We are here to help. Give me a call or drop me an email. I'm Mark Fernandez, and this has been Franchising with Fernandez.